Alrighty, so this is the 1989 F-150 with a straight six. Little project I picked up, and it does not like to keep freeze plugs in it. I've had to replace 3 so far, and this last one, she overheated pretty good. Now the previous owner thought it had a bad head gasket because he had overheated it so many times, but I think we just might have had the straw that broke the camel's back this time. So we'll let you listen to it. So this is the 300 straight six, which is normally a super smooth motor. And it ran pretty smooth previously, but I'm thinking she's down a cylinder or two. I'm thinking it's probably the head gasket. So what I figure we'll do is do a little compression test and then see where we want to go from there. I don't know how or where, or, there's any common what cylinder usually where the head gaskets normally fail on these trucks, on this motor. So I guess we can find out together. What? Look at that thing. Bro, she's gone. Look at that. Well, I don't know. That's the problem. How hot does it have to get to completely erode the electrode? Well, I mean, do I need to stick a bore scope in there? I'm not certain. I guess we can pull out another one. Perfect. I guess we'll have to stick that one back together. This is not great for testing purposes. At least I can kind of jam it back in. All right, here let's try to repair that real quick. All right, let's see what we can do with this here. I'm thinking I can just kind of rig it back, at least for right now. And then, actually the sad part is these plugs are almost brand new, or the plug wires rather. Maybe I should be more careful when pulling them, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think I was being that aggressive. Maybe I was. Who could say? All right. Well, that'll get us by. Whatever I did with the boot, there it is. I'm glad I decided to do a compression test and not just go hog wild and pull the head on this stupid thing. Oh, I see why they did that. So this thing has to go in this boot and then make a, like a, I don't know, what, like a 30-degree turn or something. So that's why they didn't crimp onto the insulation at all. That's less than great. But hey, I guess when you buy the cheapest boot they have on the parts store website, that's what you get. Well, I'm just going to struggle with this for, oh, I don't know. Let's see, an hour or two. See how long I can drag this out. All right, observations. One, this combination with the universal and the roto ratchet is terrible. So I'm going to stop using that. Observation number two, this is out of the second cylinder. I don't know if that one just didn't get as hot. These are new plugs. I mean, these are a couple 100-mile plugs. I have never seen something like this in a stock motor. And also, you can see, didn't realize it, but this is where the spark plug boot melted around the plug. That's how hot that thing got. Now, it is a cast iron block with cast iron head, so it's as forgiving as engines can be with overheating. It's going to be that. There's no, I mean, hey, we'll run the compression test. We'll see what's up with the head gasket. I cannot believe the head gasket isn't completely wasted in this thing. Also, I got this plug put back together, and these style pliers, the Kiwi pliers, are pretty sweet for fixing things. These are awesome. I think these are Easy Red. Yeah, you can get like a 2-pack of these things for like 20 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. They're real cheap. You can get them on the tool truck too. I know Mac sells them. They're a lot more on there. I think Tool Discounters maybe. I think where I got these. I don't know. All right, went ahead and got the compression gauge hooked up. I got a charger on the battery. I've got a push to start on the dash from the previous owner where they didn't want to fix the actuating rod in the column. So we'll see. I mean, the motor shouldn't turn over, so, or it shouldn't start, but it should crank. So let's check that out. That's not a lot. I'll go ahead and say that right now. So let me tighten this up. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Come on. Come on. You guys aren't busy, right? Like, you're fine watching me just screw around? Sorry. Let's put this back up. And we'll see what we see again. Now, usually you don't have to get these things very tight because of the O-rings, but I don't know. It's Harbor Freight, so we'll find new and innovative ways to disappoint. That's going to be a problem. There is no compression in cylinder 1. All right. Now we could do a leak down. We could figure out where it's going. I didn't expect no compression. I didn't expect no compression. Is it going cylinder to... Oh, hey, you know what? Okay. Okay. Let's throw the spark plug back in. And let's see if it's going cylinder to cylinder. Now the problem... Well, no. I mean, it could be an issue, but I doubt it. What also could be... I mean, you know, it could be going to the... we could be losing compression into the coolant. I wouldn't show any signs of it anywhere like you would expect because I've got a broken freeze plug. So the system, you know, can't build any pressure. Let's see what that does, just for fun. Let's see what this does. Throw this back in. All right, still nothing. All right, I'm not the most skilled at this, but I'm thinking relative compression is probably what we should do. All right, let me get something set up and we'll see if we can do a relative compression test. All right, it is many days later on this F-150. I don't remember exactly where I left off. But we'll just, I don't know, I'll give you my summation here. Let's listen for this. All right, that to me, that sounds like probably one cylinder having a dead miss. And I'll show you something interesting I found out here. Alright, I'll show you what's interesting, see if I can get it before the compressor kicks on. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this, but... Alright. Well, definitely not with the compressor. I'm not going to be able to hear this, but... I get a little bit coming out of the intake. Not really anything substantial out of the crankcase. I mean, maybe a little bit. I don't know how many miles this engine has. It's got, you know, only a 5-digit odometer. And then out of the exhaust, I've got it coming out of the exhaust too. I'm not sure. I don't know what the camera's going to pick up on this. So I've got it coming out of the intake and exhaust. Now this thing, as I mentioned before, was overheated pretty bad. And this is cylinder 1. I mean, it's not holding anything. So I'm not sure. I don't know. It sounds to me just like one cylinder when listening to it when I start. So I guess really the only thing to do is pop this head off. All right. Well, I got the head off. We'll start with the good news first, because it looks pretty good. You can see back there the, well, I don't know if the lights, but the cross hatching is still super easy to see. The cylinders look good. You know, I can tell the inside of the block's a little rusty. But the bad news is, we'll come over here. Well, burnt valve. Yeah. Worse news. Crack in cylinder number 1. Crack cylinder number 2. Crack in cylinder number 3. And a small crack forming in a cylinder number 4. So she's no good. So I think I'll let this be the end of part 1, and I'll have to figure out what I want to do. If I want to try to find a used cylinder head. I want to say Rock Auto sells some remanufactured for like $240, $250, so that'll probably be the way to go, that are assembled with springs and everything in them. Also, I could tell just with my eyeballs, this is my fault. I dropped the head on that one. But some of these, couple of these push rods were a little wobbly when rolling them. So I'm going to have to get some of those as well. All right. We'll let this be the end of part 1, and we'll see if there's a part 2.